Hello, I'm going to be demoing the weather sensor here. Right now I have it connected to a computer. One of the benefits of this is you can use a program called MOBA Xterm to get like a visual read of what's going on and when the writes are happening, what date is being written. I'll talk about that later. Right now I just have power connected here. That power connects right there on the STM board. That's the microcontroller for the device. And then just visually what's going on, this here is the wind sensor. The wind sensor requires a 9-volt power supply, just a battery. So you'll connect the red alligator clip to the plus terminal, the black alligator clip to the minus terminal. If you're ever getting zeros consistently on your wind readings, either there's no wind, if there is wind, then it's likely because the battery is disconnected. The solar panel here is an inexpensive version of an irradiance meter used instead of a pyranometer. You just want to make sure that this isn't shaded by by the wind sensor mainly, or by any of the wires depending on where the sun is. So yeah, you want this to be exposed to the sun, and that'll give you the most accurate possible reading. This here is your SD card mounter and demounter. This is the GPS. The thing about the GPS, I'm inside right now. It's difficult to connect to satellites inside, but once you've connected to a satellite, you can usually go inside and it'll stay connected. You know you're connected because that red LED will be blinking. Right next to that is the temperature and humidity sensor. That green light indicates that it's on. This green LED here, which is currently off, indicates that the microcontroller is currently reading and writing data. And what it also tells you is whether the SD card is mounted or demounted. Right now, as you can see on the display, it's demounted. The way to mount and demount it is to press the blue button on the STM microcontroller. Yeah, so that's visually what's going on with the board, and then in the next clip I'll give instructions of how to turn on the board and how to connect to view the terminal on your computer, and also how to upload or how to connect the SD card to your computer so you can see data. Alright, so here's the device outside now. It's currently running here on my terminal. You can see here on these writes, there's the time. The time is accurate. And then my coordinates, longitude, latitude, temperature, humidity, wind speed. Slow speeds sometimes get unrecognized. And then the irradiance. I'm like a little bit under a tree right now, so irradiance is 200 watts per meter squared. So yes, this can just run passively, whether it's connected to the computer or another power source. We have like the battery pack, which will run the same way. This green LED is on, as you can see. That means that the SD card is active. And when it's time to take out the SD card and read data, you press this blue button here. Sometimes you have to hold for a sec. LED goes off. On my terminal, successfully demounted LED. It's safe to remove, and then we can remove that and take data. Okay, now I have the device connected to the battery pack. This is usually how it will be running and operating. This allows it to run indefinitely until this battery pack is out or the SD card is full. Although the SD card should realistically never be full. However, with the battery pack, to usually start it, you do have to hold this black reset button for a little bit just to restart the microcontroller. So we'll do that. And there you go. The green LED is on. That indicates that you're reading data. And everything looks operational. That light is blinking. We're connected to a satellite, even though we're inside because I came in from the outside. Wind speed works. And then that will always read 0 because I'm inside. There's no sun. So we'll let that run for a little bit, and then now we're ready to demount the SD card. You'll click on the micro SD card right here. Make sure nothing's unplugged. And then I have an adapter for the micro SD card. The kit also will come with an adapter for the large SD, depending on what your computer can use. So the file that it writes to is called write.csv. It's automatically an Excel file. So we'll pull that up, And there's lots of data on here right now, just from our testing, and we'll clear this before the actual testing starts. But here is what you can see from when I was outside. A couple winds picked up, and then the irradiance changing as the sun moved across the tree. Longitude, latitude, pretty consistent. Humidity and temp, pretty consistent. And then here's me inside, a bit more humid, about the same temperature. No wind speed, no irradiance, of course. But yeah, that's all it is to it. You connect to the power supply. Usually you'll have to hold that black button until the green LED lights up, and let it run, and then this is what your data will look like.